If you didn't get enough booger action in Interplay's Boogerman, you might want to check out all the snot in Earthworm Jim 2 from Playmates. Earthworm Jim is a nutty character, a plain old earthworm that becomes a superhero earthworm with an attitude, thanks to the powers of a mysterious spacesuit. The premise may remind you of The Mask. In fact, with Jim as the earthworm's name, you can't help but wonder if this slimy hero was named after Jim Carrey, who portrayed The Mask in 1994. The two characters have many parallels: an article of clothing that gives superhero powers, a wacky sense of humor, outrageous voices, and the flexibility of silly putty. Jim has several abilities in this second wild adventure. He can use his elastic snot to swing to and fro by first jumping up and then pressing B while in midair. He can also use his head as a whip to smack at his enemies by pressing A. Naturally, he can shoot his phaser by pressing Y and flip to another gun in his inventory by pressing X. The Y button is also used for parachuting while in the air. All of these skills are needed to beat the game, which is exactly 12 fast, fun, and varied stages. The first challenge of the first stage is getting past the creature in the water. Before you reach the water, pick up a pig by standing in the pig pen and pressing down. Then carry the big lug to the chute. Next, put the pig on the chute, then flip the switch at the end of the chute to enable the pig to slide down the incline and right smack on top of the enemy. With this overwhelming burden, the enemy cannot attack you if you try to cross the water. The next obstacle is getting up the stairs in the old folks' home, which is out here in the middle of nowhere. After boarding the chair, avoid the falling grannies by pushing in the direction that the chair is going to go faster, and pushing in the opposite direction that the chair is going to go slower. When you come to some sort of pulley mechanism, you need to add weight to the left side to raise the right side so you can pass. One pig isn't enough to raise the right side, so be sure to use 2 pigs in your endeavors. This is one time when lard really comes in handy. Finish the level and prepare to get catapulted to the next. Jim's good friends, the cows, will praise him on his success.
Well done.
You might get dirty in the second level. In fact, it's really hard not to, since the whole level is full of dirt that you must plow through with your electric drill gun. Quickly, wave the gun back and forth to clear the dirt away as fast as possible and make your way to the top of the screen. To get past the occasional flame, douse it with dirt and continue onward. Level 3 is called Puppy Love, and throughout the game, you will play a total of 3 Puppy Love levels, levels 3, 6, and 10. In each of these levels, your alien nemesis Psychro is hiding inside an old house and throwing poor, defenseless puppies out the window. Use the marshmallow to bounce the puppies safely to the right side of the screen while taking care to look for a bomb. Make sure you get the bomb to the right side of the screen if you want to advance in the level. The bomb will go into the funnel, but Peter Puppy will retrieve it and throw it back at the evil Psychro. Naturally, the bomb will explode when it reaches Psychro, a classic method of cartoon comedy that is most apparent in the Wile E. Coyote cartoons. You leave your superpowered suit behind for the next level, a watery ride through something or someone's intestinal tract. The ride is slow. You need to take your time and be careful not to touch anything, especially the bumpers. Yes, bumpers, believe it or not. You'd think these intestines were a pinball machine. At any rate, finish the level and hail a taxi when you're done. And yes, expect some congratulations from our friends, the cows.
Well done.
On to level 5. Your next crazy goal is to kick a bomb-carrying hot air balloon into a crater at the end of the level. Be careful not to accidentally shoot the balloon or it'll explode and you will not be able to clear the level. The fastest way to get the balloon to the crater is to try to kick the balloon right as you come off a high-speed rocket boost. These little boosts are located intermittently throughout the level in the upper left and lower right corners of the screen. Using this method will not only move the balloon faster, but will also zip you past any dangers on the ground below. Listen to the music in this level. It's reminiscent of the Cuban beat song that Jim Carrey sang in The Mask. Gee, there's another similarity to The Mask. The puppy bouncing continues in level 6. Notice the fantastic 3D effects in this level. The shadow of the fountain changes in relation to your screen scrolling. Pay close attention on this level, because the number of puppies and the speed of their bouncing has increased. The next level is probably the nuttiest of all. The goal is to put all the cows in their barns so that they can make milk that fills a can attached to a pulley and ultimately raises a gate that blocks your path. Some of the cows, however, have been struck by lightning, or maybe UFO lasers, and their heads are on fire. Pick up a flaming cow and dunk it in the nearest bathtub so the cow doesn't blow up before you get into the barn. If you clear this fairly tedious level, don't let your ego get inflated. You haven't played level 8. In this level, Jim has an inflatable head. Press B to inflate it and rise higher, and press A to deflate it and hover where you are. For example, if an enemy is above you, press A to hover below him and wait until he finishes throwing things until you try to pass. It's a good thing that Jim has lots of hot air. In the next level, pick up a mouse and the ball, and then carry it to the heavy machinery. Interlock the ball into the round part of the machinery so that the mouse will make the gears work by running inside the ball. Go into the gears, even though you get smushed, to progress further into the level, which will have giant file cabinets that attack you. Watch out for all sorts of nasty foes. Next is the third and last puppy love level. By now, you know what to do here. Bounce those puppies, baby! Only 2 more levels to go. The next level is a land of food, food, and more food. As you plunge through this tasty level, you might want to wear a bib. All the food looks delicious, enough to feed an earthworm for years. This level is basically very simple, except for the steak boss. The steak is a formidable opponent. Watch where he moves at all times, and time your shots well if you want to make it to the last level. The final level is a fast-paced race to reach Princess What's-Her-Name. Yes, that's her actual name. Exactly describing and showing the precisely timed movements involved with beating this level is too tedious. Instead, we'll just roll the footage of the entire level, and in the meantime, we'll pop up all the information you need to use the secret stage select option. Earthworm Jim 2 is a quick and easy play even without the stage select, so experienced players will want to pass on the game despite its likably odd humor. And so, without further ado, here's the final level of the game, plus the outrageous ending.
Well done.